Let's get started. Alright, good evening everyone. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. I'm here to give you guys a quick update on what's going on across the natural state at this point here. So, everybody, I want 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. I'm going to get to your questions in just a bit, okay? I know everybody's going to jump to this live stream. They're going to be asking questions left and right. Hold on for just a second. Let me get all this information out first before I get to y'all's questions, okay? So, let's talk about what's going on at this point. We've got a winter storm warning across north central Arkansas, winter weather advisories as I fully expected for much of northern, western, central Arkansas, and then we got the winter storm watch out for eastern and northeastern Arkansas as well. So, as said before, something that we've been expecting for the last couple of days here. I'm going to go over everything you need to know with these winter storm warnings here. So the winter storm warning right now for north central Arkansas is going to go until 6 a.m. on Sunday. Snowfall accumulations is 3 to 6. Locally heavier amounts, especially higher elevations of the Ozark Mountains. That's for northwest Arkansas, north central Arkansas, including the Ozarks. Precipitation will transition to snow during the day on Saturday here. Some travel impacts may be seen as early as midday on Saturday. So that's for the winter storm area, winter storm warning area up there in north central Arkansas and northwestern Arkansas at this point. That includes areas of the Ozark Mountains up there. So if you know anyone up there or know anyone in northern Arkansas, just keep that in mind. Travel is going to become very hazardous as we get towards later in the day on Saturday here. Now, let's go and talk about the winter weather advisory here. Now, the winter weather advisory is going to go from 6 p.m. tomorrow evening all the way till 6 a.m. on Sunday. So keep that in mind here. The winter weather advisory is not going to go in effect until tomorrow evening. It's not in effect during the day. So I know everybody, they're going to see rain first off on Saturday, and they're going to call it a bust right out of the gate. I promise you, it is going to be late on the day on Saturday into Saturday night. Let me repeat that. This is going to be late in the evening into the nighttime hours on Saturday across the winter weather advisory area. That's central Arkansas and western Arkansas. So do not be shocked tomorrow if there's rain on the onset of this thing, okay? And we've been telling you guys left and right about the potential rain. I know a lot of people are going to see that. They're going to call bust. We're going to get a lot of angry people. Keep that in mind for tomorrow. The winter weather advisory does not go into effect until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening here. Now, to read this advisory here, snowfall accumulations of dusting to around 2 inches of snow across eastern in portions of central Arkansas. Rain will transition to snow during the late afternoon and evening hours on Saturday. This snowfall may create hazardous travel conditions on Saturday. So Saturday evening, if you have any plans, keep that in mind. Hazardous travel conditions across the area. So this is what we expected. We told you guys earlier on in the live stream that it was going to be probably either winter weather advisory or winter storm warning or winter storm watch going out across the area here. Now, let's talk about the winter storm watch here, and then I'm going to go over timing in just a bit. So, winter storm watch in effect until from 6 a.m. tomorrow morning all the way until Saturday night, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. That's for northeastern Arkansas. That's Piggott, Jonesboro, Newport, Truckman, over towards West Memphis, over towards Helena. Snowfall accumulations up to 4 inches, some localized heavier amounts as well. That area, that 3 to 6 we've been talking about up there in northeastern Arkansas, that's what we're seeing. All right, some travel impacts may be seen as early as midday on Saturday here. And also, keep in mind, the potential of 20 to 25 mile per hour wind gusts as high as 35 mile per hour wind gusts with this event as well. So, as said before, hold your questions, okay? Just hold your questions at this point. Donna, I'm fine. It's just being tired. I've been getting maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. So if my voice sounds kind of sketchy, it's fine. It's just because I've been getting 2 or 3 hours sleep between this type of events and stuff like that. It'll go away as we get past like Sunday or Monday here. So let's talk about timing real quickly here. And let's go ahead and go over that real fast here. So let me see here. This is the potential snow accumulations here. So this was updated about 6:30 this evening here. So 3 to 6 inches of snow in the higher elevations here. 3 to 6 across northeastern Arkansas here. Now, as said before, this was pre-winter storm warnings and winter storm watches here. We're going to be updating this first thing in the morning. So just keep that in mind, okay? Now, southern Arkansas right now, yes, you're lower at this point, and that's just because of 2 things. One, the still uncertain track of the upper level low, and then 2, also the potential of ground temperatures kind of limiting accumulations down there in southern Arkansas as well. So just kind of take these amounts for a grain of salt. It's just something that we tweaked on at this point. The River Valley region, we're talking 1 to 2 inches of snow over there as well, down in the valley. And then across much of the area, we're talking 2 to 3 inches of snow for a good portion of north and central Arkansas. And then 3 to 6 inches of rain, snow for much of eastern Arkansas, portions of central, and then the higher elevations of northern Arkansas, and then western Arkansas as well in the higher elevations at this point. Okay, let's talk about timing real quickly here. I'm going to skip over this for just a bit, and we're going to go over timing. Now, I said before, timing is going to favor more towards 7 o'clock in the morning versus 9. So this is going to be updated as soon as the live stream is over. I'm going to kind of tweak this a little bit, but a general idea is around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock. And this is for the start of the event, by the way. This is not for the start to end or anything like that. This is just for the start of the event. Folks, you will not be done with winter weather until late tomorrow night and the early part of your Sunday morning. Okay? All this information you need is on the page. Take 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Go through the page. Find all the information you need. We've been answering questions left and right. We've got a million questions in our inbox, guys. You're going to have to be a little patient with us. Okay? All the information you need is on the page. Take 5 seconds. Scroll down. Take a look at the map. Find your location. Your location's easy to find too. You got your cities on your left side. Your counties on the right side. So just keep that in mind at this point. Okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about guidance in just a bit. Also, one more thing I want to talk about is the negative comments, okay? I personally do not mind creative criticism. It's what I thrive on, okay? It's how I get better. My problem is when you start bashing our followers or you start bashing my team. That's when we have an issue. So anyone that has any kind of negative comments, keep them to yourself, okay? Because we're not going to give you any kind of fame or anything like that. It's just going to end with a block, and that's it. All right? So, folks, I promise you, it's not the first time we've been through an event like this. We will get through it. It'll be fine. It's just like any other winter weather event we deal with here in Arkansas. It's not going to be anything like we saw in February or anything like that. It's not going to cause a big, widespread issue. I just want everyone to be prepared for that potential for tomorrow and into the early part of your Sunday here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the computer model guidance here. And yes, these are the times that you're looking at on the map right here. So I'm going to leave this on the screen for a few seconds. All this information you need to know is going to be on the page, guys. All right? So just keep that in mind here, okay? So let me see here, going over everything at this point. El Dorado. Down there, right now it's still a wait and see. Down there in southern Arkansas, I do not like y'all's warm ground temperatures at this point. Alright, so let me see before with rain here. With rain here at first, could it cause more ice on trees and power lines? That is a wait and see. I don't think here's the issue with the whole ice thing, and I want to kind of talk about this too before I get into the guidance. This is not going to be a ice storm here in Arkansas. This is not going to be a teens or anything like that, a major drop off. Anybody that's thinking that this is going to be a February repeat, just get that out of your mind, okay? It's not going to be anything like that. I know everyone's excited about the winter weather coming, the snow coming, and stuff like that. It's our first winter storm here in Arkansas, okay? Our first major winter storm here in Arkansas. But it's not going to be anything like it was in February. February was one of the once-in-a-lifetime type winter storms here in Arkansas, where you've got a lot of cold air and everything in place. It was a dream scenario here in Arkansas. It's very hard to get that type of setup here in Arkansas, okay? Does that mean anything's going to happen with this event? Yes. That's why the potential for impact of winter storm is on this graphic. However, I don't want anyone thinking that this is going to be a big-time event where you get 2 or 3 feet of snow out of this, okay? Because that means you're just going to be disappointed, and that's that. So just keep that in mind, all right? Let me see here. Thanks so much. Let me see before. I'm going to go over everything real quickly here. I'm getting a lot of questions here, guys. So just keep that in mind. NAM really likes. I'm just going to take a look, guys, here in a bit. But like I said before, all the information you need to know is going to be on the page. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about computer model, guys. Let's talk about why everybody's here, the snowfall potential. So bear with me for just a bit. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I have no idea why I did that. We're going to go over to this display. Thank you. So this is the 0Z NAM. And this is what NAM does. So you can see the cold air coming into western Arkansas tomorrow, first thing in the morning, okay? Timing over here is going to vary significantly. I would not be shocked somewhere in northwestern Arkansas that you start right around sunrise tomorrow morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So keep that in mind over there in northwest Arkansas. Dan Scoff, he's been doing a great job keeping northwest Arkansas covered. He did make a great point about the potential of thunder snow over there as well. I cannot rule that out over there in western Arkansas for tomorrow. I cannot rule out the potential of thunder sleet or thunder snow across western Arkansas during the day tomorrow. Okay, there's going to be a lot more instability than we were originally anticipating here in the natural state. As a matter of fact, there is a day 2, what's called a day 2 general thunderstorm threat here in Arkansas when you're dealing with winter weather. So the potential is there, especially across western Arkansas. He made a great point on that earlier. So this is going into first thing in the morning, northwest Arkansas, 20s and low 30s already out of the gate. Okay, you're gonna have to pay attention to the temperatures closely tomorrow. It's gonna be a very, 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 very long day tomorrow of watching radar, watching temperature trends, watching satellite. Everything is gonna be real-time data tomorrow. The community on the guidance tomorrow gets thrown out. Okay, everything goes to real-time tomorrow. So tomorrow, just be prepared for that. It's going to be a lot of information coming y'all's way on the page tomorrow. Okay? Now, as we get towards the afternoon on tomorrow, okay, and this is the NAM, by the way. All right? So NAM really honing on those 20s and 30s across western Arkansas and then down into southern Arkansas. You can see where your colder air is coming into central Arkansas and into eastern Arkansas at this point. Okay? Then, as we get towards later in the evening and into the night, this is where it starts transitioning over to snow. This is where your temperatures are going to start to fall. Okay? Bear with me for just a bit. Let me take a look at something real fast. Okay. Alright. Don't worry about it. It's been taken care of. So, yes, by the way, if everybody's wondering, I'm fine. It's tiredness. I haven't had a lot of sleep. So, I promise you, I'm good. Okay? So, as I said before, this is what NAM wants what to do here. Now the NAM, I'm going to take a look at it real quickly here. So the NAM real fast here, and you can see the heavy snow with the NAM on here, the high-risk NAM. It's really, really starting to take place across northern Arkansas and western Arkansas at this point. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is going to start pushing eastward as we get towards late tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night here, okay? So this is right around midnight tomorrow night, if you go with the high-risk NAM, by the way. A lot of snow across Arkansas. It's really, 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 really hitting on the snowfall potential across Arkansas at this point. Okay? Surface low in Mississippi, upper level low coming through southern Arkansas and North Louisiana here. So NAM was doing a really good job with this as well. I was hinting at the NAM earlier, but it's doing a really good job with this. So here's the NAM. Okay? It's a wait and see with these accumulation totals at this point. Okay, you go higher elevation right now. If you go with NAM, it puts down a foot of snow. Okay, lower valleys, you're going to see less totals, but if you go with NAM right now, you can see the higher elevation over here. And this is no winter storm warning, by the way, so I cannot rule that out up here in the higher elevations of northern Arkansas towards the Ozarks. Okay. Then in western Arkansas, the higher elevations up there as well. Look forward probably a good 6-7 inches of snow over there as well. So we're going to kind of tweak the map a little bit tomorrow as well, first thing in the morning. But the NAM is still our best friend here. Now, the NAM model is in northeastern Arkansas. We're going to have to watch that closely because you can see where it's wanting to cut off northeastern Arkansas. It has like maybe half an inch of snow up there. Guidance has been really trending on this for some odd reason here, and that's the brief break between the upper low and the surface low. So We'll watch that closely up there in northeastern Arkansas. Still waits to be seen, but I think we'll have a good idea of what accumulations are going to look like by the time we get to us first thing in the morning here. So it really takes off across northern Arkansas with the snow potential here. Now, let's jump on the HR, okay? And this is a 3Z. Of course, it's not updated yet. Let's go to 2Z real quick. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so you can see the higher elevations start getting in the snow and across western Arkansas and northwestern Arkansas. So that's the area that we're going to see right now getting higher totals first thing in the morning. And then what's going to happen as we get towards later in the afternoon on Saturday and Saturday evening, it's going to start transitioning down into central and into southern Arkansas and then into eastern Arkansas by this point. So let's go ahead and show you guys this real quickly here. And it's really beautiful with the snow, man. The HR is doing a really, really good job with the snow. You can see where it takes off by the time we get towards tomorrow evening into tomorrow night here. So you can see where the moisture is coming in. The snow really takes off across central Arkansas. So this is now starting to get more traction in terms of being more of a north and central Arkansas deal. Now, southern Arkansas right now, as you can see with the HR, it keeps you guys at rain. That is something that is concerning. That's why you're not seeing the higher totals down there in southern Arkansas, because you don't get into the snow until very, very late. I'm talking late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And then it's out of here. So it doesn't really do a lot with the accumulations down there in southern Arkansas. HR is focused more on central and northern Arkansas versus southern Arkansas. So something we're going to watch closely. We'll kind of retweet the forecast as needed. But the 0Z guidance definitely came back colder, stronger with the low pressure. It's a perfect track. Looks good to go. So let's take you guys back, okay, over here in western Arkansas for tomorrow. All right, surface-based cape coming in, okay? And you can see when I'm talking, I'm going to go over to weather.com real quickly here, because weather.com is going to have the better area of seeing the instability here. So I'm going to go over to HR. Let's go down into the Southern Plains, and let's go talk about the instability coming in tomorrow, okay? All right. So there's your instability zone coming in as we get towards first thing tomorrow morning. So that's what I'm saying. Across western Arkansas, that's for MENA, of the higher elevations of western Arkansas and northwest Arkansas. I cannot rule out the potential of thunder snow or thunder sleet first thing in the morning. Okay, so keep that in mind across western Arkansas, and then it's out of here. This instability is out of here by the time we get towards Saturday evening and then Saturday night here. So Ashley, I'm going to talk about that comment because that's something that has been the thorn in everybody's side. Like, that's the number one thing that's been for some reason jumping on. The warm days that we've had here in Arkansas, we've had one 70-degree day here, and that was yesterday. Okay, folks, I cannot stress enough that the ground temperatures are going to drop. They're not as warm as everybody thinks it is. Okay, just because we've had a 70-degree day here and there doesn't mean that the ground temperatures are just magically too warm to support anything. Okay, the ground temperatures are favorable for snow accumulation. We saw this with the last event. Okay, the ground temperatures are much easier to break, and that's another thing I want to talk about. Okay, they're much easier to break, they're much easier to erode than everyone thinks it is. Everyone assumes, you have a 70-degree day, ground temperatures are too warm, etc. Get that out of your mind, okay? Ground temperatures are easy to break. They're a lot cooler than everyone thinks it is at this point, okay? As a matter of fact, bear with me for just a bit. I'm going to see about trying to get that up so I can show you guys graphically real quick, if it allows me. So I'm going to try to pull it up real quick. While I'm doing that, I'm going to check on the comments real quickly here. So I appreciate, thank you for the captions. Yeah, we made sure to turn that on. I was like, making sure everything was running good real quickly here. So let me see, before going over everything here. Allison, I get this a lot, especially with events like this. One night of good sleep, and I'm perfectly good to go. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna get some good sleep. I'll come back tomorrow pretty good to go. Okay, This is very easy to counter. Okay, so let me see here. What's the wind looking like? Same thing, guys. I'm going over ground temperatures at this point here. So I'm gonna pull this up. It's a great website, by the way. It's called greencast.org here, and we'll try to see if I can get this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so that's current surface temperatures, soil temperatures in Jonesboro, 44 degrees. Okay, Southern Arkansas, you're warm. You're in the 50s. Okay, surface soil temperature of 44 degrees right now in Jonesboro. That is extremely easy to break. Okay, whenever you start talking about heavy snow falling, rain on the onset, by the way, which cools your soil temperatures, that is very easy to break at this point. Okay, let's look at Little Rock for just a sample. Okay, let's take a look at Little Rock for a little bit. Okay, Little Rock's ground temperatures right now 49 degrees. Okay, yes, it's a little bit warm, but it's not as warm as everybody thinks it is. Okay, 40-degree ground temperatures are very easy to break. Okay, they are very easy to break. If ground temperatures were in the 60s, that'd be a different story. But ground temperatures are in the 40s. Okay, let's talk Fayetteville for a sample. Okay, here's Fayetteville. Ground temperature of 43 in Fayetteville right now. So that's why I'm saying everything is there for accumulating snowfall. It's very easy to get accumulating snowfall with ground temperatures like this. Okay, let's talk Texarkana for just a bit. Okay, this is Texarkana. Ground temperatures 55 degrees. That's why Southern Arkansas right now, your accumulations are a lot lower, because your ground temperatures are much warmer in Southern Arkansas right now. Okay, so 55 to 60 degree ground temperatures in Southern Arkansas. That's why accumulations are lower. 40s across central and northern Arkansas. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at Harrison for just a bit. Harrison right now, you're at 46. Okay, so that's why I'm saying your ground temperatures are varying. You can see with the graphic here. Okay, this was late last month. You were at 61 degrees, and then all of a sudden you drop 31 degrees. Okay, you had an event. You had a snow event. Remember the New Year's snow event that came through. Ground temperatures were at 52 degrees, and you dropped to 31, just like that. That's how easy these ground temperatures can break. Okay, so you can see where the ground temperatures have been. This was December 26th, 61. Okay, 52, the first day of the month, down to 31. By the time we got to the second day. Okay, that's how easy these ground temperatures are easy to break. And we have not recovered much since then. And the only reason why we've recovered is because we've had a 70-degree day. It hasn't helped that much. As a matter of fact, there's a new reading, 43 degrees up there in Harrison right now. So that's it. There was one that was wanting to show for let's do Monticello for a little bit. Okay, this is something that if you guys want to see this, let's look at it. Okay, Monticello, you're at 50 degrees right now. Actually, take it back, about 45, 48 degrees right now. Okay. Look at it at this point. 50 degrees. Yes, you're warm, but it's manageable. Look where you were at the beginning of the month. Near 70. You were at 70 degrees up there and down there in Monticello at this point. Okay? You were 70 degrees and you tanked to 36. That's how easy these ground temperatures are to break. Okay? So just keep that in mind at this point. Just keep that in mind. There was one for Nashville. Let's do Nashville real quickly here, and then that'll solid talk my point. So you're at 49 degrees, okay? You were at 61 beginning of the month, and you tanked to 37, okay? So these ground temperatures, they're easy to break. They're not as warm as everybody thinks it is, okay? 40s, low 50s, it's easy to break during a snow event like this. It's very easy to break. If ground temperatures were in the 60s, if ground temperatures were here, like they were back in December, it'd be a different story. We'd be talking about probably a dusting to a half an inch of snow across Arkansas because ground temperatures are so warm. This is where I consider warm ground temperatures, in the 60s. We're in the 40s right now, 40s, low 50s. It's not as warm as everybody's making it seem at this point. So let's go back to computer model guidance. I'm going to answer some few questions, and then that will be it. But you can see what it does. Let's go to the 12 km real quick. 12 km more to say. Really blows up the area. I buy this a little bit more than the high res down right now. Kind of really highlighting the higher elevations up here in northern Arkansas. 4 to 5 inches across central Arkansas. I would not be shocked first thing in the morning, okay? Because we're going to get another set of data in tonight, etc. Then we're going to go from there. I would not be shocked if some areas get upgraded to a winter storm warning first thing out of the gate, okay? I would not be shocked. It has happened before where you've gone from an advisory to a warning. So keep that in mind for tomorrow. Guidance is looking really good. 0Z guidance came in all across the board. Looking really good for tomorrow, okay? Let me see here, 49.2. You're perfect, okay? I don't believe any weather for news reporters to remember the ice storm. Yes, but I don't think this is going to be an ice storm. I nailed that as well. I do not think this is going to be an ice storm. This will be a primarily snow event here in Arkansas. You will transition over very quickly to snow. This will not be a ice storm here in Arkansas. You will not see that type of ice accumulation here in Arkansas. This is going to be from rain straight to snow. Okay, you may have a little bit of sleet or a little bit of freezing rain, especially across western Arkansas tomorrow, while you have what's called a warm air advection in place. You will go from very, very cold rain to snow across the area here. Okay, let's see here. I wish you would zoom in. I can't zoom in. Unfortunately, Weather Bell will not let me zoom in any further than this. Okay, so you can see what it's wanting to do, and unfortunately it won't let me zoom in any further than this. I wish I could, by the way. NAM, yes, it's still showing the heavy banding across northeastern Arkansas. Let me see here. Donna, I'm just gonna turn my phone off tonight and be done with it. That's what I'm gonna do. Get some good rest tonight. And I think that's it, folks. That's all I got at this time. So just kind of reiterating everything. By the way, I did see the grocery stores earlier. They were bad shape. Very, very bad shape. I hope everybody got their bread and milk today. Let me see here. I think you just may have the state go check their soil temperatures. That's good, Dustin. I want them to, because I want them to see that the ground temperatures are not as warm as they're thinking there is. You know, I had somebody earlier ask me if ground temperatures were in the 70s. It's not the case. It's not the case, folks. If you want to go check that out, feel free. Feel free to go do it. But that's what I want everyone to, go look at. If you're interested in go looking at those ground temperatures, go do it. Because that's going to tell you how cool your ground temperatures are. And that's going to tell you what you need to know for tomorrow. So, let me see. Before Euro versus GFS, Matthew. Euro, if it stands, the event hadn't happened yet. But if the event happens, Euro is going to take the cake with this one. Euro's been a brick wall. It's been very consistent. It's going to take the cake if it happens tomorrow. We got to get the event to happen first. But if it happens, Euro will be the one to take the cake, because it was the first one to initiate basically a statewide event. Other guidance was, remember a couple of days ago we were talking North Arkansas, or maybe far northeastern Arkansas, or northwest, etc. Now we're talking a good part of the state seeing travel impacts, to the power outages, also gusty winds upwards to 30 to 35 miles per hour. As a matter of fact, talk about that real quick before I head off. There's your winds late tomorrow as well, 40 to 45 miles per hour. Okay, right now, no blizzard headlines or anything like that's out, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I don't think there's going to be an issue with that, but I'm concerned about those 35 to 40 mile per hour winds for tomorrow, especially in gusts across the area here. So, soil temperature 50 degrees. That's still great at this point. So, can you cover Eureka Springs up there in northern Arkansas? Same thing I've been reiterating. The potential of heavy snow is on the table for tomorrow up there in northern Arkansas. You're under a winter storm warning up there. Just keep that in mind. Okay, everything you need to know is on the page. All the information you guys need to know is on the page. It's not limited to just these live streams at this point here. So somebody used a meat thermometer to go take a look at the ground temperatures, folks. I can send y'all the link if you want me to. You don't have to go do all that. So let me see here. How much you take for Independence County up there? Let's go back to it real quick, okay? So we'll take this off the screen, and we're gonna go back over to this real quick. So let's go back to accumulations real quick. Okay, now before I get to accumulations, we'll talk about this briefly. Pretty good area tomorrow. Now this is gonna change a good bit, by the way. I think more cold rain is gonna be in place, but you're gonna see rain and snow on onset. Especially across western Arkansas, going to snow, and then much of Arkansas should see rain transitioning over to snow by the time we get towards the afternoon and into the evening hours here. Southern Arkansas, primarily a cold rain, but you should switch over to snow as we get towards late tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night. Same thing for tomorrow night. Now, keep in mind, you guys are in a winter storm warning up there in northern Arkansas. This was made at 8:30 this morning. We haven't had a lot of time to update this preset map. So let's just kind of put this in place. Heavy snow for northern, eastern, down into central Arkansas. Snow for the rest of the natural state. At this point, I haven't had time to update this map. This was updated at 8 o'clock this morning here. But heavy snow for northern Arkansas and the eastern portions of central Arkansas as well. Snow, rest of the area. And then down here, I'm going to remove this as well. It'll be all snow down there in southern and southeastern Arkansas if you were to go with that here. So let's go over that. There's accumulations. Okay, so there's accumulations right now, a little conservative, but we'll refine it in the morning as needed. 3 to 6 in the higher elevations, 3 to 6 in eastern Arkansas down in the metro, 3 to 6 over there in western Arkansas. That area in the river valley, 1 to 2 right now, but we'll see. Southern Arkansas, we're talking a trace, so we're still half an inch in some cases, maybe upwards to an inch or two across southern Arkansas. Still remains to be seen. This will all be updated first thing in the morning, so just keep that in mind at this point. Now, so before, that graphic was not updated today. It was updated like 8 o'clock this morning. So we've had more data then, of course. But let's see here. The link, by the way, I'm gonna sit in here just a second. If I can find it again, give me a bit. Okay. There's a link to that. Okay, so it's in the comments, by the way. So just take a look at the comments. There's a link to the soil temperature if you feel like you want to go look at soil temperature. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna break away. I'm gonna get some rest. All the information you need to know is on the page. Okay, do not rely on these live streams. All the information you need to know is on the page. I'm gonna pin this on the top of the page. I'm gonna work on the graphics and kind of retweak them a little bit before midnight tonight, and then we'll have another update in the morning here. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here in your source for all things Arkansas weather.